Hi. Ethel's over here playing with her new toy. So I did hear from him today. I didn't know I have his messages muted, and I opened up my phone and I went to text someone or do something. I'm like, oh, he texted me. I was getting ready to send him an email, which my therapist said to do, giving him what time and stuff he can come pick up his stuff. So I was going to do that, and then I noticed he had texted me, and it was this weird, like, police dog training video, and it said something like, something about my control, and then I need to give him his babies back. Okay, so I wrote him an email, and I said, you can come this time Saturday or this time on Sunday. I want my half of the stocks that I'm entitled to per the divorce. If you want to see the dogs, contact me. Just like my therapist said. And then I'm like, oh, I'll check my other email, because I know I have 2 emails. And he had emailed that one. This is like some weird power play on what he decides to contact me on, because it changes every time. So he emailed that one, and it was a bunch of pictures of him and the dogs, saying that he is not going to let him seeing the dogs depend on me anymore. And I can't remember what else he said. But I'm like, that sounds awfully threatening to me. Sorry, my brother called, and then I went and brushed my teeth, as you can see. And we responded to his email, another email, and yeah. So anyways, I got his email that sounded like a threat, like he was just going to come and take the dogs no matter what I say or do. So I told my mom that, and she's like, you should really contact, like, law enforcement or something to, see if there's anything you can do. I'm like, well, I know what they're going to say, but like, okay. It's called the sheriff's department. They transferred me to dispatch, who then got an officer to contact me, who said basically all the same stuff of what the divorce decree say. Then they are your property. He cannot show up and take them. If he shows up on your property without permission, he's trespassing. And if he shows up and tries to do anything, call the police. Okay. He's like, if you have cameras, great, then they'll help us prove evidence. And okay. And then he did suggest checking their microchips to make sure they're all in my information, which one, I think it's Ethel. It's under my information, but his name is listed. So I'm hoping they'll let me just change that, but we'll see. Yeah, so, and now it's just been this back and forth. In regards to the stocks, he is saying he is selling them. He doesn't have to pay me through E-Trade. But I mean, I did that because that's something we had discussed before. There's a lot of stuff we discussed before, so I'm not surprised. And that he is deducting half of the monthly fees for the past 5 years from his payout to me, and that I'm only going to get this amount. And I'm like, what? The monthly fees are already paid. Why? And so I was talking to my brother. He's like, you can't just arbitrarily decide this. I'm like, we wrote down on the divorce decree what was in the account, and that we're splitting that 50-50. Why? And he's like, and so I sent him, I expect half. That is what the divorce decree says. That is what's happening. And he sent me this little blurb that was obviously like ChatGPT saying, yes, you can deduct monthly fees from her payout or something. And then he just said, get a lawyer. Like, I don't really even care that much about it. And I feel so great that I can just sit here and laugh about it. And like, it's totally unaffecting me, which is so new and like empowering, because up until last week, everything was making me feel sick and like stressed out, and I couldn't handle it. And then, yeah, something switched, and now it's just all, I mean, I just laugh at it. I'm like, this is just ridiculous. You're so angry and you're so petty. And then he said something like, I'm not going to see the dogs until you lose this idea that you're in control or something. I'm like, what? It's it's not an idea. It's in the divorce decree. You agreed to this. Oh my God. He's just freaking out because these papers now are enforceable by law. You know, he can't throw his tantrum, say all this stuff to me, and expect me to just give him whatever he wants. Because I don't have to do that anymore. Well, I never had to do it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just ridiculous. And so he's just losing his mind because he can't get his way. And I don't have to let him get his way. So, because he was fine when we did it all. When we sat right here and filled those papers out, we discussed it all. I didn't change a thing. I didn't lie. Nothing. He thought he could get away with whatever he wanted after the fact, and that I would let him. But those days are over. Oh, geez Louise. So, yeah. I mean, if I get the amount that he said, like, that's fine, because I kind of forgot about it, to be honest, and I don't care as much about this. I know it's bugging him, and that's kind of great. You know, I haven't really been petty. I haven't done anything. I mean, he is the one, like, it's seriously like, I'm the one that wanted the divorce from him. The way he is acting. He's just losing it. Or like, I did some atrocious thing to him. Like, boy. Yeah, the narcissist. The narcissist in him. Which apparently, you know, is a very big thing nowadays. I like my little flower. So, yeah. Other than that, I woke up very early this morning. Lucy needed to go out, so it was about 3:30 this morning. Which isn't even an hour before my alarm goes off. And I waited a few minutes, but she still needed to go out, so got up and let the dogs out. And then I debated on just getting ready. I'm like, I don't want to get ready yet. I'm like, I want to just lay in bed. I'm like, I want to lay in bed and snuggle with Ethel. So I laid in bed and snuggled with Ethel, and it was so nice. Even if I missed out on, you know, a little extra sleep, like it was just nice. I wasn't bothered at all about having to get up and let the girls out. I remember I used to be like really turn on every light and like kind of really scared and nervous to do it. And like, I didn't even have any second thoughts about it this time. So that was good. Yeah, and then just worked. My sister stopped by. She picked up a couple of those pirate chicken toys from Costco for me because the girls loved the one I had, and then they tore it to shreds. So she picked up 2 of them, and Ethel at one point was sitting with both of them, and that was trying to get both of them in her mouth at the same time. Oh my God, it was so cute. So we chatted for a minute. I took the girls. It was our first walk since that dog charged us last week. It was like our normal, like our shorter little loop. My back was starting to hurt. They were pulling really hard. So we just kind of it was like a trial run with my new lanyard, with my stuff. It was really great having it hold my phone and everything. So we did that. And then, yeah, I did make sure to do my stretches tonight. Because my back, I was outside playing with the dogs. I'm like, no, I have to go get some relief. So I did some stretches, which is good. I need to get back into that. I ate fruit today. I ate a ton of veggies today. So yeah. And then last night when I was like getting ready for bed, and maybe it was this morning too, I don't remember. And just looking at myself in the mirror, like I had that rash going on in my face, and that's clearing up with the medication from the dermatologist. And I just look at myself, I'm like, well, you're looking not too shabby. And I'm not a fan of how I look. Never liked how I looked. Never liked my body. None of it. So just being able to look at myself and just smile and just be happy, like, what an incredible thing. So yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. Never ending drama. End of December. Ugh, and that's going to be a whole big fight splitting up the business, but it's in the divorce papers. So that will be the last, like, mandatory communication if he's going to be this way with the dogs. Like, he can, and I know he hasn't submitted the modification because I haven't been served any papers, and he wouldn't be playing this game still. So, yeah, I mean, I just have to make it to the end of December. Then if he decides to chill out, he can see the dogs. But especially with how he was talking today, if I let him take these dogs, I'm going to have to get law enforcement involved to get them back. He's just like out of his mind angry. And shouldn't that be how I feel? He's the one that said he didn't love me. He wanted a divorce from me. You know? And that first week, especially, I begged him to give me time. I'm like, I'm joining therapy. Give me some time to work on myself. I'll get better. And I blame myself for everything. I did have problems, and I should have joined therapy years ago. So I've definitely come out of this, oh my God, so much better than I ever could have anticipated. And it's just crazy how it is now. It's just crazy. I feel like I should be the one that's angry and crying and sad and it's just the smallest things too. Like this morning, I'm like, this is kind of nice waking up extra early, taking care of my girls, getting to snuggle in bed. Like, my simple little life. It's not too bad. So, yeah. So we'll see what fun tomorrow brings. What new insanity is going to happen. This is just, So I gave him 2 times, like I said, this weekend. And I told my niece, I'm like, okay, these are the times I told him. And if you can't make it, will you check with your parents and see if they're okay, if they could run down if I need them for like 10 minutes. It's not going to take very long. And I would love if my brother's here for it. Because my brother, he's like 6'4". He's like kind of Jason Momoa type. 6'4", beard, hair. Darn it. Okay. Sorry, my brother just texted me. I'm going to wrap this up and get out of here. So anyways, thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. And I'll let you know what happens tomorrow. Love you. Bye.